Hi crafters, it's Hannah from HanCraftedCards.com. Welcome to my channel today. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I put together my inventory binder. This is the way that I keep a record of all the stamp sets that I have, and inks and pens and anything else that I just want to keep a track of, and I'll be explaining why I've done this as well. So I'm going to be adding the perennial birthday stamp set to my binder, which is a new stamp set coming up in the occasions catalogue. So yeah, let's get started. So I have had to zoom out a long way to be able to get the whole of my binder in shot. So this is my craft room inventory binder. I love this thing. So there's a couple of reasons why I did this binder. Firstly, it's a way of keeping track of what I already have. So for when I'm shopping online, I'm not buying the same thing. But also I share my craft room with my mom, and for me I do pretty much remember everything that I've got, and I know if there's a specific image that I'm wanting, I pretty much remember which stamp set it's in. And there are images on the side of the case, but they are quite small. So I did this for my mum as well, so obviously it's a lot bigger, so she can flick through and see what images there are, particularly sentiments as well. So she can have a flick through and find what she's looking for. I also have written on if it has a die set or a punch that coordinates with it as well. So for each stamp set, and another reason why I did it was so that I 100% know that I've stamped every single stamp that I own, because there were a few that you have your favourite images and I weren't stamping the rest. So I know that I've stamped everything. I know how they stamp, so it's kind of a bit of a practice, when you get a new stamp set as well. So I have it split into sections: wood mount, clear mount, and then photopolymer. And I've numbered the pockets that they're in, not the actual piece of paper, and I'll explain why in a second. So you've got all the clear mount red rubber, then we've got all the photopolymer ones as well. So this one, it's got a couple of die sets that coordinate with that one, and that's a die set. Punches coordinate with that, so it's just a way of, it helps me remember as well, because once I've done this it kind of sticks in my brain a little bit more. So stamp set, stamp set, stamp sets. Then we move on to the colour section. So these are, what are they called? I think they're coin pockets, coin collector pockets, or stamp pockets, something like that. I'll put it in the description because I can't remember exactly what they're called. But I saw these on a video that Jennifer Maguire did, and she uses these for her colour inventory. So here I've got all of the Stampin' Up colours, and I have stamped, done a little scribble, and then sort of squished the ink pad onto the cardstock. Let me show you. So I have done a little stamp, the little scribble is with the pen, and then I've just pressed the ink pad so I can see how it looks when you just press it on. So that tells me that I've got the ink pad, obviously, and I also have the pen that coordinates. And then I just pop that back in. Oops. Oh, come on. It's not that hard, Hannah. There we go. And then on the back side of them, these ones, see, I'll just use scraps of card, I didn't even know what was on there. I've got a little swatch of the cardstock as well, just so I know what the cardstock looks like compared to the ink. And it is the same, but it's just a good visual, a little visual. So I have ink, pen and cardstock swatch, and you can see it coordinates perfectly. So that's that section. So these are, I still have got to get a couple, one ink pad. I've still got to get, oh no, I've got these pens now. Aha, see, I need to update these. I have the neutral pens. I won't do them all with you, but I forgot that. So, neutral pens, let's just do the black. So I've got the black ink pad, obviously. You see me in there. So I've got the black, but I also have, I had the black pen before anyway, but I've got the rest of them. So then I will just do, with the brush end, a little squiggle. So now that I know I have the pens also. And the labels, I didn't type them up specifically for this job. I had them anyway, so if I was doing it and I didn't have them, I would just write them, because typing them all up and printing them off, that's just a bit much of a muchness for this. But I had them, I think they were, it was a colour chart that Stampin' Up had provided, so you could just use that as well. If not, you can just write the names. They don't have to be typed up or anything special. So those are all the Stampin' Up colours, and I have them in sections as well. So I've got all the brights, the subtles, regals and neutrals, etc. Then I do have a couple of colour charts that I downloaded for, firstly for my Zig watercolour real brush pens, and you can see I only have 3 of them. But I printed the chart because I am going to get the rest of them. They are absolutely amazing pens. If you haven't had a play, I mean, I have 3 and I love them, so that's, to me, tells me how good they are if I can love them and just have 3 colours. They are very, very good pens. So what else have I got in here? So I've got the Zig ones, and whoops, on the back, yeah, I've got the Curacolor colour chart. This again, I found it online. I just googled Curacolor colour chart, and then I've just gone around the colours that I have of those. I think that's all of these. These are just yeah, spare bits of paper. So those are the 2 main ones. I do really like Zig products. They are very good quality products. So that's those. Then the next section is dies, which I haven't done yet. So yeah, I just need to cut them all. The next section, which I have done, is punches. This just makes me so happy. So I just punched each shape and stuck it on a piece of card. So these are trading card pockets. You might have them if you do pocket letters. It's the same pockets. So I literally just punched and stuck them on. And these ones, the builder ones, I stuck them on in the same way that they look on the punch. So you can see that one, I punched it and stuck it down in the same order, so I know exactly how it punches out as well. So you can just catch that in the light. So again, that helps, it gets stuck in my mind how it's going to look when I actually punch it out. So that's all of the punches. Actually, I just have got a couple more punches the weekend, so I need to add a couple more. So I've got those all there, and then I've just got another section which I haven't got anything in yet. So that's the basic things that I have in my binder. So I can just flick through that. So if I'm not in my craft room and I have this with me, I know exactly what I've got. I wouldn't take this obviously to go shopping because it's a bit big, but you could make a smaller version if you wanted one to keep on you for when you actually go out shopping, like if you was at a fair or something or other. And I will tell you another way that you can actually do this as well. So go through all of the stamp sets, etc, etc. So let's add the perennial birthday. So this is brand new. haven't even labelled it up or anything yet. So my tip for actually doing this, is do it all in a one, because it hasn't got to be perfectly stamped, it's just basic stamping. So if it doesn't look 100% brilliant, it really doesn't matter. So firstly, where's my pen? I write at the top the name of the stamp set, Perennial Birthday. So this stamp set coordinates with a new product in the in the occasions catalogue, which is coming 3rd of January, and it's awesome. So can't tell you what it is, but you can probably figure it out, to be fair. So I peel the backing off, not taking the stamps out, you see, because the stamps are kind of attached in the red rubber. So I'm not taking them out, I'm just peeling all of the backings off. And that way I can stick the whole lot on my block and stamp them all in one go, so it doesn't take long. You haven't got to stamp, which is how I started doing it, stamping each individual stamp, because that just takes time and can't be dealing with that. So that's all of them off, and then roughly make sure they're all covered by the block, and press down fairly hard, because obviously it's kind of like doing one big background stamp. So just get rid of this, whoops, dropping it everywhere. Then I ink up the whole lot, just make sure it's pressed down. So ink it all up. And kind of go gently, obviously, because you don't want to get black ink all over the whole thing. And I found the easiest way to do it is to leave it flat and bring my paper on top, and then grab another block and just use that to rub over. Make sure you rub evenly, and that should, I've got it all. Awesome. So then if you, which I do, stick the, the labels on, let me just clean that off. You can just do that next. Just cleaning that off on my Stampin' scrub. Ooh. Okay, so then you can just peel it up, and leaving it in the red rubber, then put your stickers on, because I learnt that tip. That's actually the best way to do it, to make sure that your label is on it flat. So I'll just do one. Let's do this one. So take your label, and I usually just peel off half, and then I can line it up and turn it around. Actually, I can line it up, make sure it's in the right place, and then peel the other half. And doing it this way, make sure that you don't bend the stamp as you put the sticker on, because if you do that, it can make it not stick as well to your blocks, because it kind of warps the stamp a little bit. So I would then do that for the rest of them, and goes back in there, so I'll do the rest later. So bringing in my binder, so this is obviously a Clearmount red rubber stamp set, so I'd go to that section and oh, have I got an empty pocket? Yes. So I grab an empty wallet, and that goes to the back of that section. And then I write the number on the wallet, not the actual piece of paper, because obviously stamp sets come in, they retire, etc, etc. So if I was writing it on the actual piece of paper, I would have to keep changing that, if that makes sense. But if just the wallets are numbered, I can swap stamp sets in and out and it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? So this will be 28. So if this stamp set retires, I can just take that one out. If I get a new one, pop it in, and that one will become number 28 instead. So what I also have is on my shelf, which is just over there where all my stamp sets are, they're numbered as well. So I'm all coordinated. See, the labels on here are purple, so the wood mount stickers are purple. The Clearmount ones are a lighter purple, so my Clearmount stamps are the lighter purple. So you can see I've got number 28 there ready to go, and then that just gets stuck on the bottom there, so that will then go on the shelf next to number 27, obviously, because it's 28 dark. So that will then go on the shelf, so that is ready to go. So that is how I keep myself organised. I know what stamp sets I've got. I just put these back in the right order. They're all in number order. Again, because I share the craft room, I put them in an order that would make sense to anybody who comes in here, because if I did them in the order that makes sense in my head, it wouldn't make sense to other people. So, because yeah, I'd have a weird system. So I thought number order is going to be the easiest, because you know, you can't go wrong with numbers. So number order, and so they're not in I don't like have all the sentiments together and all the flowers together and whatever, just again because stamp sets come and go, and it's just easier if they're just in number order. It's simple and you can find it really easily, because we don't have, I mean, we do have a lot of stamps, but we don't have hundreds and hundreds, so numbers is just easiest for us. So I hope that you found that video useful. I'd love to know if you have a craft room inventory binder and what you have in yours, so let me know in the comments below. So for some video tutorials, some card making tutorials, just click on one of the links on the screen. I will do a video with this soon, maybe by the time this is up. I will have done one as well, so look out for that, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.